Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today's video is a plan with me using this gorgeous kit from Saucy Stickers Co. called Enchanted Celebration, foiled in light gold. When Rebecca sneaked this, I said, Rebecca, why do you do this to me? um, how could you sneak a kit that I don't have room for? Um, why? And she's like, you've got to learn to roll with the punches and deal with the curveballs that life throws at you. And I'm like, Rebecca, I like you. um, so I picked up a lot of the add-ons for this kit. This was before she had her deco kit, and if she did have her deco kit, I would have picked that entire thing up too. So I also have this sampler from I think it was Romanticize. I think that was the kit from Paper Troll Plans. It is in their regular gold because at the time I did have a different kit in place. And if you've watched my haul, my most recent one specifically, Rebecca is a kit lineup killer. She's done it to me once, this one right here, and she's almost done it to me another time, but I practiced good willpower. um actually I compromised with myself. So that is in their regular gold for that other kit I was going to use, but it's not too noticeable. I'm living with it because I already put the one sticker down. I'm like, we're not going to fix it. So well, fixing it would make it worse. So this kit is so pretty. I love the berry tones and the flowers, the dark blues. Again, the kits that are just like they resonate with me have either like, well, they have a night theming to them mostly, and they have a blue has part of the color palette. I don't know what it is because my favorite color is purple, but my favorite color used to be blue way back when. Um, a royal blue specifically. Um, which these color like it's not this blue, but I think that's where it's kind of coming from. Blue, like a dark blue, is also what I associate with night. Um, so I knew when I saw, I guess when there's a kit that's really special, especially with one that has like a lot of elements in which I could build up a scene, I want to keep my bottom open for the scene building. Which usually results in me using one of the washies in that top area. And the lace was so stunning on the that larger bottom washi. I was like, let's just flip this way. So that the lace is at the top. It kind of looks like clouds. Maybe that's kind of what I was going for. I don't know if it was successful, but like that was kind of my justification for putting it up in that top area. And then having this brown tan colored washi to be like the ground. Um, so that was my crazy whack thought process for where I laid my washi and why I laid them there. Um, as I've been finding, I kind of like having a torn paper to bridge the divide from the day cover area into my day by day area. And I knew I wanted to have one of the fashion people has the focal point or an anchor point. That's a better word for it than anchor point in my sidebar. I wanted to have like kind of a sidebar that flows from the top to the bottom. So not really like a scene, but something really fun. And I knew I wanted to pull in this quote that was on one of like the journal pages, which says a moment to remember. A moment to remember reminds me that I didn't say why I use this kit for, what I use this kit for, and which week I'm using it for. It's for the week. It's for the week of um Monday. Yeah, Monday, September 30th through October 6th, because this is the week of my wedding anniversary. And yeah, Lisa put it in my head that she was going to use this as her wedding anniversary. So I'm giving all the credit to her because I think she's a little more behind. I'm a little more on top of my weeks than she is. So this thought of using it for wedding anniversary usage did not come from my brain. That came from Lisa's brain. I'll tag her below. And I can't wait to see what she does it because she has a very like unique style too. I love seeing how people use the kits, like the same kits I'm using, because everyone has their own like unique signature, and it's always really like fun to see how we all use the same like art and stickers and make something like completely different. So here is like the torn paper. This one's actually from Dash of Sun, who I do PR for. There's my plug. Um, because I just like the look, like the kind of natural border edge it creates between the washi. It's just my way to kind of bridge it. I don't really know how else to explain it. It's just like what I like, right? You know, we have things that we like to do, and then I put this other torn paper to kind of hide that other rough edge. I knew I wanted to use as much of the full boxes as I could. And since I don't think I didn't throw any in my sidebar, so I was like, okay, we gotta figure it out. I knew I was gonna be doing tilted boxes just because the artwork kind of lent itself to that. So a double sidebar with one sidebar of straight boxes it was, and I think that was like the right move because it kind of, I need to stop saying kind of. I'm sorry. It created this frame, right? I think one of the pitfalls with the extended washi look is it does kind of create a frame, which is not like a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. It's just a thing that happens. If you're not going out with the intention to build a frame, then it could be quote unquote a bad thing. But for me, I knew I kind of wanted to make one because um I like how it looks. Me personally, I just prefer how it looks, or I like how it looks, not prefer. Um, so I knew I was gonna stack my full boxes and then make a frame to kind of make to box in. I don't know how else to better describe it besides the word frame, to create a border for the stuff on the inside. Because I know for me, my spreads can be a little busy, especially since I was going to be doing something scenic at the bottom. Um, Especially with all of the deco that I had. Since I already had the girls sitting on the left side of the page, I wanted to create some sort of like scene as if she was traveling to the party. I'm not really sure how successful I was in doing that. Um, but I used the floral box to kind of just create a background element. And then I pulled in the carriage, and would you call that an arch? I'm not sure what you would call that. Um, but the carriage as if she was traveling to this party that she was, attending. And I pulled in this foil grass it was from Bloom Paper Studio. I really enjoyed the foil grass. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's like about the right size for this art. Because the other grass I pulled in, I was like, this is too big. I can't use it here. And then on the one of the sheets, there was a chalkboard type deco. And since this was our 4-year wedding anniversary, um, I pulled in some stamped letters from the Pretty Pink Co. and wrote in 4 years. So it's kind of like, the sign at a wedding that's, welcome to the wedding of yada, yada, yada. So this is kind of like my allusion to that sign. I did realize putting the stickers down as I was like, 4 and years are not the same amount of letters. I'm gonna have to fudge the spacing for years in order for it to fit. Um, so that was my homage to our wedding anniversary, which occurred on the 4th, which was the Thursday. And then on the other side, I created like the dance floor banquet buffet scene. Because I'll pull, so there's the dessert stand, and then like the decorations. This piano with the florals is so pretty. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I wish I had a party that looked like that. If only I had the budget. Do you know how expensive flowers can be? real flowers. Like, granted, they should be that expensive. I'm not knocking that. But like, you're at a wedding that is expensive when there are a lot of floral centerpieces that are very, very ornate, and they're all live flowers. Um, and I'm on a tangent again. I had this freebie from Sadie Stickers, Coco's freebie, that had these ornate frames, and I thought they fit so perfectly with the deco that was already kind of going on. Um, a little bit fairy, a little bit whimsical. Um, so that is this kind of bottom scene area, filling it out with some of the grass. And then I'm going to go in, do my date covers. So this was a conversation we were just having in our PR group for Dash of Sun is, do people use date covers still? I mean, I'm about 50-50. It kind of depends on the kit. It kind of depends on my date cover area. If it's super busy, um, I probably don't. Actually, I guess it kind of depends. If it's super foil heavy, I will use the date covers, because they are against, the date cover, the date itself, the date script, there we go, is against a color, right? So it's not just going to be like the foil script on top of more foil. But if it's like really super busy, if it um is really foil, no, if it's not foil heavy, um I will tend to go for date scripts rather than date covers. It's very circumstantial. I think about, maybe it's closer to like 60-40 using the date covers. Because date covers usually correspond to a kit. So when you're using the kit, that is like one of like 3 moments where you can use those date covers. So more often than not, I usually try to use the date cover. Um, can we take a moment to appreciate the artwork in this box? These boxes, all the boxes, they're all stunning. But this one with the girl in front of the balloon arch, look how the balloons look like they're illuminated. Like, I don't even know how Rebecca did that, but they look like they're glowing. And they're not foiled or anything. They look like they're literally glowing. The fireflies in that jar look like they're glowing. Those balloons, those lanterns, like, she has such a way of designing her kits that I don't know. I don't know. Her kit designs are aesthetics match, girl. Um, ouch. Kicked a chair. Um, so that was that set of boxes. And I know, like, I try to like make sure I don't use elements um on the same page or in the same area on different pages. So I do know after the fact, after I laid this down, I was like, darn, I used that thing. Hold on. Yeah, I laid that paper down to lay this butterfly deco on top of it. Well, on underneath a watercolor splotch, but I hit record at the wrong time. So you didn't get to see that part, but you could see the butterfly in the background of that watercolor. Or yeah, or an alcohol ink. I use those words interchangeably. I know they're not all the same, but when I say splotch, that's what I mean. Um, but the way that the box is designed, like, you don't really even notice it. I think there might even be a lantern at the bottom of the scene, like this page, and I didn't even notice it. I wanted to use this mirror frame. I wanted to use this other doll, fashion person, whatever you want to call it. And then by a stroke of luck, really, because I'm the type of person, if the sticker's not in front of me, I don't like think about it. Um, by a stroke of luck, Coco's freebie was sitting right there, and I saw that it had petals on it, and I was like, "Oh my god, what if I put the petals on her skirt?" Because I think you can sort of see them like in color on her skirt. So what if I put foiled petals around her dress and into her hair? And like, I'm in love with this result. Like, I'm like really super proud of this. Like, I love how the foil pops against her when the light catches it just right. The placement of the butterflies in her hair or the dragonflies. it's just so perfect. I feel like I did better with this doll than this one. I tried to pull in more elements, but I ran out of the like petals on Coco's freebie, so I couldn't use the same elements. I did have a sampler from Paper Trail Plans. I think it was like the glow foil sampler. It just didn't have the same look. Um, so like she's still stunning, yes, but I don't think the daisy that not they look like daisies to me, but the flowers hit the same way as the petals do. So I know they might not be in the shop now because I think they were probably part of the spring release. But if they ever show up again, I am getting so many of those petals because even though they're so teeny tiny and like nearly impossible to pull up, the payoff is so good. I know I'm like particularly proud of this base. I'm gonna go do a flyover of it once I think this is the last box. I'm just lining this box. I'm gonna do a little flyover of it, and you can see like the petals pop out amongst their skirts and their hair, and it's so good. I love how it came out. I'm in love with this base. It's a little unbalanced. I feel like I should have put something else. Oh, I climbed the columns. Yeah, a base is special when you line the columns. Like, a kid is special when you line the columns. It just is. It just is. I mean, it helps when you have straight lines to line the column with. But it's really something special when I do decide to line the columns. So I don't do that very often. I feel like um, one I have to design the sidebars to be in the columns for one, and then two, um, like sometimes I feel like lining the columns to me it means it's special. Like I don't line my columns every week. Some people like that's their thing, and I love that for them. But for me, like it's a special week if my columns get lined. Um, just because like it's that extra little sparkle. So that's me personally. I love people who line all of their columns every week. I love you guys for that. But here's the flyover. You can see the foil pop out amongst their hair. I love it. It's so good. I feel like the tops of these scenes could have used a little bit more. Um, I don't know why I didn't pull like some star elements or something into it, which would have, I think, really pushed it over the top to kind of make it look like the night sky. And look at how she came out. She turned out so good. Okay, so on to the day by day. Monday, we start with a coffee Monday, like we always do. Um, I will say I struggled a little bit with the boxes, if I recall correctly. It's a different kit than I'm used to working with, so I was like, where are the boxes that I like to use? And they're not all in the same place. So I just struggle a little bit with the day by day. Oh my goodness, my mic. Just cause like different kit, different orientation of things. You're like, where are things that I want? And like I don't know about you, but when I plan, like pages are everywhere. So I'm like shuffling through pages trying to find what I'm looking for. And it gets like annoying after a little while. Um, so back to the day by day, off with my rambling. We start with a coffee Monday. I was listening to Allie and AJ. Do you remember Allie and AJ from the Disney Channel? They rebranded themselves as 78 Violet for a little while. I think to move themselves away from the Disney Channel name. I like their music now, but nothing slaps as hard as their Insomniac album. I think it was the second album, second or third one, the one with the moon on the cover. Ugh, such a good album. That album it's perfect. I go back and listen to that one pretty frequently. Um, then on Tuesday, Tuesday, I tried something crazy. I put if you noticed, there's no date or month script on the side because when it's a switchover month, I like to just mark hello, whatever. Um, so I had the brilliant idea of trying to write it in over the florals. I should have just left it in black, but I was like, well, you can't really see it against this dark purple. So I tried filling it in using a white gel pen, and I think it looks worse. So, lesson learned for next time. Then I organized all of my foil icons because I just got that destash from Tay. So I had to reorganize everything. She gave me all of the sleeves that she was using for those. And then I think I just gotten the binders from Michelle. So then I could finally start like organizing it. And then this is from like a Ray Tay order I did a while ago. I was like, I don't need to write in organized stickers. I think I could probably figure out that that's what that means. Um, so hopefully future cat knows what this means. We'll find out. She could always just watch this video and figure it out if need be. So then that was Tuesday. On Wednesday, in the context of the current time in which I'm doing this voiceover, Septa has agreed to go on strike if they do not come to a resolution. Which, I mean, I'm all about unions and you guys fighting for what you guys want. It's just it's just a little inconvenient for the commuter. So I say that because I had to walk from 30th Street that day to work. I performed a work plan template for the ACTA. If you go back to a video from the week of like July, I think it was July, I do talk about the ACTA. And then, excuse me, Bub was really into the book called Head to Toe. He made us reread it several times that night, which is really cute. It's the one where, it's like, I'm a gorilla and I felt my chest. Can you do it? It's really cute. It's really cute. But sometimes we're like, oh, kid, we're done reading this book now, right? No, we're gonna read this book again. Okay. I mean, I'm glad we thoroughly encourage him reading the same books over and over again. We're currently in a rotation right now of like some specific books. It's what if you give a mouse a cookie. He really loves that one right now. All the Paw Patrol books we've entered our Paw Patrol phase. We're Paw Patrol parents now. What else is one? He flips flops between the Hungry Caterpillar and the Very Busy Spider. We had a Godzilla book that he was reading a lot. And now let's get back to what we're actually here for. You're not here to hear me talk about what my son likes to read. On Thursday was our 4-year wedding anniversary. So I used a bouquet to mark that. I got my Happy Mail from Saucy Stickers. She left me this really sweet note. It was the leisure kit. And I also got the Ghostly Gathering from Dash of Sun Designs that night. Which was the last kit I needed for October. I remember this now. On Friday, I did some sticker shopping. My son's, I think I talked about it recently. We watched Hot Wheels. He's really into Hot Wheels. There's a show on Netflix called Hot Wheels Let's Race. We hope season 3 comes out soon because we've watched season 1 and 2 several times now. So hopefully y'all get on that. Give me season 3 so we can watch something different. And this was so Bub, he was not yet 2 at this point in time, but he struggles to fall asleep without any sort of help, which is like, he's not even 2 yet. But this day when we were going to bed, he said, Mama, lay down in his own little bed. And I was like, oh wow, you want to fall asleep in your bed? You don't want me to like put you to sleep and carry you over to bed? Which we were making strides. Like I know there's sleep training and all that, and everyone does their own things their own way. But he has been now falling asleep in his own bed without me needing to like rock him to sleep or anything. Which is like, I don't know. I never really expected that to happen. I know it's going to happen eventually. I know he's going to have to fall asleep in his own bed. I know eventually we're going to have to just be like, go to sleep. But it's like kind of weird when it's happening. You're like, oh my, that's like real time. This is what's going on. Wow. So that's Friday. Oh, and I got Happy Mail from Blissful Jade Designs on Saturday. Yes, that's where we're at. Saturday, we went shopping for the new carpet to replace the carpet downstairs. Then I had a planning sesh On Sunday, we did a grocery run. Um, and with the new bedtime routine, there are setbacks. With every step forward, you also have some steps back. The script is from Blissful Jade Designs. So is the planning script that I'm about to put down. Um, as I was saying, with like multiple steps forward, especially with children, you do go backwards every once in a while. So I think since he just started, sleeping in his own bed, he was also struggling, and it was just really frustrating because now it's something different. It was different for me too. Um, so like, not that I was mad at him, I was just mad at the situation. And mad isn't even the right word. I was just upset, frustrated. Um, so that's how we ended that night. Not we got there in the end, but it was very frustrating. And then that is the spread. Here is a look at the 2 pages at once. I know I didn't put date scripts in. I think I just did that actually in real time. Here are the kit leftovers. I'm in love with how this turned out. I think my foil balance is actually pretty good for this one. I'm still trying to like figure out where I stand on that. I think where I stand on it is, whatever the spread necessitates. But I love how this turned out. I love the art in this clip. I love the colors. Like, that's what really got me, were these colors. And that's the spread. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you gave the video a like. Leave any of your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to my little channel. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!